What if I told you that the general manager that has led this Toronto Blue Jays team to the abysmal state that they are in right now is about to get a second chance? Well, that's exactly what's happening with Ross Atkins. Even though many Blue Jays fans and analysts in the media have turned on Ross Atkins, the organization has been making it clear that Ross isn't going anywhere anytime soon. How is it possible that after a horrible Blue Jays season so far, Ross Atkins' job isn't on the line, and what is this second chance that he's getting actually going to look like? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going to discuss some of the recent developments surrounding Ross Atkins and the major implications that it could have on the team moving forward. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like and smash the subscribe button if you enjoy Blue Jays content and discussion so you don't miss any future videos. All right, folks, let's get into it. So Ross Atkins' career with the Toronto Blue Jays, especially in the last couple years, has been a tumultuous one to say the least. After that 2022 season where the Jays got swept in the wild card by the Seattle Mariners, Atkins has been leading this team down a pathway centered around run prevention, defense, and analytics. And folks, it hasn't been working. Last year, Atkins made some blockbuster moves by trading away Lourdes Gurriel Jr. and Teoscar Hernandez, two players who had been key staples in the Blue Jays lineup for years. These moves were criticized at the time, but became increasingly under fire as the 2023 season went on because the Toronto Blue Jays offense took a nosedive in the standings. In that season, we saw the Blue Jays drop all the way down to 11th in OPS, and even though 11th doesn't sound so bad, it actually doesn't tell the full story because when runners were in scoring position, the Blue Jays were one of the worst. Regardless of the lackluster offense though, and to Ross Atkins' credit, the Blue Jays team in 2023 did actually make the playoffs. The Jays finished 2023 with a record of 89-73 and managed to sneak their way into the playoffs. In all honesty, it didn't matter a whole lot though, because when they got there, us as Blue Jays fans watched a completely lifeless performance from the offense as they got swept by the Minnesota Twins. 2023 was the first year of Ross Atkins' experiment, and when the Jays were walking into this past offseason, I think a lot of us were hoping that Ross would learn from some of his mistakes and try to find a happy medium between a defensively strong squad and also a team that could actually hit when the lights were bright. That isn't what happened though. After a subpar offseason, the Jays walked into 2024 with the exact same problems that plagued them last year, and now, just over 80 games into the season, they are well below 500 and have one of the worst offenses in all of baseball. This team was built by Ross Atkins. The players who were brought in, the coaches who were hired, everything was orchestrated by Ross Atkins, and it isn't working. So why on earth would the Jays allow him to make any more moves? Atkins spoke to the media the other day, and based on what it was that he said, it's clear that he's getting the green light to do as he pleases for this upcoming trade deadline. Atkins said, "Right now, our focus is on the 2024 team, and with every decision you make, regardless of stadium renovations or the state of the organization, you have to be thinking about the future as well. As you've seen over the last 4 years, we've poured a lot into the current team from a financial standpoint, a trade standpoint, and a resource standpoint. We'll continue to do that until it doesn't make sense to do so anymore."
Whoa, time for your daily Betway breather. A quick reminder that the best place to bet is on Betway. Must be 19 years of age or older to play. In collaboration with iGaming Ontario. Please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content.
Now, as much as I love to hear that they haven't given up on the 2024 squad, what I don't like to hear, and frankly what I think is a big mistake, is to give Ross Atkins any more freedom in running this team as he sees fit. I don't think that Ross Atkins is the right guy to navigate this trade deadline, especially if the Jays are going to be entering into a new era where they're thinking about retooling. To quote this Toronto Sun article discussing the same topic, and the trade deadline is approaching. If Atkins turned last year's 89-win team into this, why should he be rewarded or even allowed to make deals that will shape the Jays' future? Why not move on right now? The time is right if the season isn't. The time to say goodbye to Ross Atkins was yesterday, and honestly, I couldn't agree more. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Jays go!